And we're live, I think. Yes, we are. Welcome to another episode of Way of the Wicked. I think today makes the 16th episode. So congrats on
Oof.
joining us. Let me just quickly check to see if audio's fucked. Welcome to another episode of...
We're always
Okay, my
fucked.
audio's not fucked, so that's good enough for me. It won't be like episode 2. Last time we had a Wes, and today we do not have a Wes. Which means we're going about and doing mostly the B team's stuff and things. So Wes's investigation will have to wait for when he's here.
I think we're more of the A team, Wes is the B team.
The B team of 1.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's not
Shalom.
here, so he's not here. So by definition, he's the fucking B team.
Shots fired, and let's see if he can fight back when he gets here.
Exactly.
You guys have a plan now to unravel and inform the audience about.
Oh,
We're going to do some home wrecking. Or assist in the home wrecking, I should say. Would be the better way to put it.
we'll make the lives of the guards pretty terrible.
We will do whatever it takes to make this fortress as easily destroyed as possible. Or whatever's fun.
Wait, or we're gonna rape a dwarf, or what was the plan again?
That might be involved as well, yes.
All right.
Well, let's break up a marriage first. Let's at least get one guard dead before we start doing that.
Alright, so
Alright.
last I left you off, the 4 of you were still gathered in the Lord Stallion's Inn, sitting at a table. I think you finished your breakfast.
Cranston.
Yes, thank you. Just had begun his investigation on the dwarves. After asking everyone about what happened the morning prior.
Yep. So, at this point, Corinne, would you like to do anything specific? I'm looking. I think I still need to go to work today. Just gather more arsenic.
I think the best thing would be to impersonate Father Donegan, go find Captain Mott while his wife is doing the dirty on him, and perform, a blessing upon him to basically convince him, yes, I am Father Donegan. And after convincing him, yes, my child, I have with a heavy heart something to tell you that is very important. Your wife did you dirty. And send him after them, and then go from there.
Yeah, I mean, your wife's doing you dirty. She's getting her back blown out by your fellow guard captain right now.
Big oof.
In fact, I heard a dwarf might be involved.
And then maybe somewhere along the way we can bean him over the back of the head after he kills the other guard, and dress him up all Asmodean, plant Asmodeus shit everywhere, and then just call the guards, alarm.
Well, I mean, there's nothing saying that after he fights his fellow guard. There's nothing saying I can't raise the fellow guard when the battle is over to kill him as the undead.
You could just bring his ghost back and have the ghost say whatever you want it to say.
Unfortunately, I am not high enough level to bind their ghosts to me.
Okay, a ghost that pretends to be him and says what you want it to say. How about that?
We can work on something like that. Yeah.
That would be the exclusive providence of the Poultrygeist.
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh yeah. All right.
So
So
where's Captain Mott? Where do we find Captain Mott?
Let's see, Captain Mott. I believe I had him. Let me double check. Ask around in the inn.
That'd be too suspicious. Let's. How about we do this first? How about we find Mrs. Mott first, since that would probably be less suspicious, and follow her around to find out when she's doing the dirty.
Hmm.
Do you know where she is?
No, but it would be less suspicious to ask after her.
Yeah, everybody's asking after her.
You're not wrong.
Disguise yourself as a dwarf before you ask about her.
Yes, I will. I will disguise myself as a common laborer dwarf with my circlet, if I can do that. Or better yet, no, better idea. I'm gonna disguise. I'm gonna go somewhere like away from the inn, not around here, and disguise myself as the same dwarf that sold the shady fire ale, and start asking after her.
Okay, that'd be a gather information check, which is diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Oh my god.
There's a Poultrygeist in the Verdant RP chat.
God damn. That's proper advertisement, though, I gotta say.
And I don't have the tech set up that I could show that on stream readily.
Mm.
Actually, you know what? I may be able to. Let me do it like this. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that
Nice.
indeed does show up on OBS. Okay, sweet. Alright, anyway, diplomacy 18. Yeah, you're asking about Caitlin Mott. Yes, you ask around town, you bring it up in conversation, and a rumor begins to start. Some townsperson, a human, is talking like, have you seen her? She's obviously the most beautiful woman in town. I always wondered how an ugly lump like Captain Franz Mott could bag a looker like her. And how does he keep her? That's what I really want to know. I believe she works. Give me a moment.
And make some lewd comment about have to know how to work your business and hip thrust vulgarly. As the dwarves do, stroking the beard.
Oh. Yeah, the beard.
So do we find out where she's at? Can we just go eavesdrop on her?
I'm trying to figure out if they gave her a place of work here. She forgot their papers.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say she works at the inn on nights, mayhap.
Is there only one inn?
Yes, the Lord's Dalliance is the only inn in. I think I went over yesterday that there were other buildings in town that one could be of temporary residence in, but those aren't of the level as the Lord Stallions.
So they're all drunken saloons for whores and belligerents. Gotcha.
Well, one is a
Nice.
place for sailors, one is a place for dwarves.
A place for dwarves. Well, now you're just justifying this crusade.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to. So let's see. I guess that means we can't ask her where she lives because that would be kind of suspicious. Well, what if yeah, where could we find her during the day? Would that be a thing we could find out? Since we don't want to sit around and wait around till night.
You could go look about for her residence in the city, but you have a chance of running into Captain Mott, who's not on shift currently.
That wouldn't be a bad thing either. I'm disguised, so
I could go around, see if I can follow her. I have a pretty good stealth skill, and also I could just randomly duck into behind a building or something and change my appearance so it doesn't look like it's the same person following her the whole time, and try and just casually follow her
yeah, we gotta
back to
find her
where she
first.
lives to find out where she lives.
The problem is we have to find her first. We haven't found her or her husband, so
Mm.
I don't suppose she shows up with Graves working to look for something for deal with special itches.
I'm
You
going
know,
to-
The kind
a
you don't talk about in polite society.
well, I am working at a herbalist, and I'm pretty sure that the cure for that would be a mixture of rendered fat and arsenic.
You're not going to kill her.
Is
Oh no, that wouldn't kill her, but it would certainly slough some of the skin off, and the husband would notice.
And I do believe
Is
you said that
arson?
Graves working at the only real herbalist in town.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, she's got to come in and get some of that summer's eve eventually.
Arsenic solves all problems.
Hmm.
Does Abner get a description of her other than just that she's
Works at
very
the inn and is very
attractive?
attractive. Yeah.
Blonde and conventionally attractive. So I'll leave that up to your imagination. They're not very descriptive humanoids that Abner talked to in a dwarven form.
Well, I guess we can go back and ask the barkeep, but I can't do it in this disguise. That would be dumb. Since apparently she works at the inn, he would know where to find her.
Well, I mean, if she works at the inn, we'll know where she is relatively quickly, and that probably means she's also using one of the rooms in the inn to get dicked down by not her man.
Okay, well, I guess we'll take off the disguise and find a different disguise of a different dwarf. Or better yet, we'll just make this one an elf. We'll just an incredibly handsome but very nondescript elf, and go ask the bartender. I heard a rumor that there were certain services of the personal variety that were offered by this establishment.
Okay, talking to
Or should I just ask him? Or should I just ask him straight up that hey, where's this bitch at, yo? That's a better idea because there's Elvin Taylors, aren't there? Yeah, so I'll just be an Elvin Taylor and say, hey, I was told to take this to some woman, and then I was told I could find her here, but can you help me out, dear?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, you're doing that?
Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Elvin Taylor, bringing something for Miss Catlin Mott. I was told she would be here. Help me out, barkeep.
Okay, so you talk to the barkeep. Let me shift some stuff around here real quick. Just for blocking reasons. He looks kind of confused. But he recovers quickly. Says, "Are you one of them barristers?"
I know of the barristers. Yes, they are part of the community, shall we say? But no, I am not one of them. I am a simple tailor.
Funny, haven't seen your face around here before. But what could I do for you again? You said you had something for Caitlin Mott.
Yes, I had a dress that was commissioned for her that I was told to bring to her here. I was told she would be here. Can you help me find her?
Ah, you're an out of town merchant, but why would she get a traveling one? He scratches his stubble.
It was a very special request, and I'll just pat the fake package lightly. That this is not your ordinary garment.
The reinsurance doesn't speed up his thought process that much. But after a while, he sighs and says, "All right, you can find the Mott residence on the east end of town. I won't be seeing her here until much later."
Alrighty then, off to the Mott family we go.
Overhearing, you weren't talking in hushed tones or anything, were you?
No, I was being extremely obvious that I'm trying to deliver a piece of garment that should not be seen in polite society to a certain Mrs. Mott.
All right, this guy moves over around the bar. He says, "You said something about seeking out the Motts."
I did indeed, good sir.
He seems to be dressed in a Talrian officer's uniform. He doesn't have. He's not clad in armor, but he does have a defensive arming sword by his side. And he asks, on what business?
I have a delivery here for her, sir, of course. And who might you be, good sir? I would hate to address you improperly, such an upstanding gentleman such as yourself.
He looks at the elf Abner and rather cross, and he says, "I'm Franz Mott. Caitlin's my wife."
Ah, yes, good Sir Mott. My name is Netherton Needlebear Thread Son Shireton. Was given this delivery to bring. It was a special order given to my master, who finished it up, and he sent me on my way to deliver it. I was told that it was a dress that was specially ordered. Apparently, it was for a special occasion of some sort.
I do not recall my wife ordering such dress or talking about spending the pension on Taylor to come out of town for it.
Well, with all due respect, good sir, considering that I was told to deliver it here to the inn, it could be possible that she didn't want you to know about it. Perhaps it was a surprise. It is, however, as shall we say, not a garment typically ordered or bought on the street.
You're making it sound as if my wife is ordering some kind of harlot's attire.
Good sir, I would not dare to besmirch my master's works with such coarse language. It is, however, a very special item, and not something typically found by your typical merchant.
Crossing his arms, he gives. What was that name again?
Needle Bear Threadson.
The first name, please.
Netherton Needle Thread, Barringtonshire.
That's a fucking mouthful of a name.
Well, it's an elf, so.
True, true.
Okay, Netherton. I'm going to take you to my home. When we see my wife there, she's going to tell me what all this is about.
Very good, sir. I shall follow you then. I will feel much safer walking the streets with such a esteemed gentleman such as yourself to protect me from the rabble.
All right. He rather angrily walks on ahead out the door, leaving it open for the.
And I assume Ragnar and Drago are following at a safe distance to intervene or do some other ham-fisted nonsense like, quick, he's coming, who's coming? What, you know?
I'm just gonna call this guy as the Nether Needle.
Oof. Hell yeah. Let's follow them.
All right, so he takes Nether Needle out of the Dalliance Inn.
2 or 3 minutes.
What?
What was that, Duck?
I had to get up for a minute. One of my cats was being mischievous, and I missed like the last 2 or 3 minutes of what was going on.
We're being escorted by Sir Franz Mott to his house to give the scandalous garment to his wife, and you and Ragnar are following at a distance, preparing to do something to make the situation worse at the appropriate time.
Okay.
Yep. I like it.
All right, so he leads you out of the inn. Then he starts leading towards the east, crossing over the bridge. Let's have. Okay, who's following? Drago, Ragnar, and Crom, or is Crom off to his daily work still?
This seems more interesting than my work, but I wouldn't want to be late at work.
How diligent.
I'm evil, not rude.
And
I'm evil, but I'm not a goddamn work-shirking communist.
Exactly.
Well, I'll have you know. It can be both, okay?
Okay, so Tim and Drago, let's see roll stealth to see if you're inconspicuous at all.
All right. Let's see, where the fuck is it? There it is.
And remember, your alibi if caught is to say you were told to watch him. You were paid to watch him by one of the captains at the tower. You don't know which one.
Right.
Let's see.
I think we might have been spotted.
Well, we should just duck, turn. If he starts coming towards us, we should just, turn, go down a side street or alley and use our circlets to change our appearance.
No. If he looks your way, you should just turn, face each other, and start kissing.
It's only in the forest.
You
Quick,
son of a
What
bitch.
happens on the mountain stays on the mountain.
Quick, do something that makes us look not suspicious. Don't let him come over here. Drago sticks his hand in Ragnar's pants.
Okay.
Oh, inconspicuous. Inconspicuous? Whatever.
Okay. He hears some communist clunking somewhere far back behind him. He turns around and obviously Drago can duck into cover before Tim can, and he just sees the tall commie block man just stand there staring at him.
I wave.
He grumbles something, but he decides to turn away for now and keep going, leading around Nether Needles over to his wife's home.
Fucking works. I'm gonna duck out and just change disguise and then just follow up behind Drago again.
Okay, so he reaches a fork in the road somewhere in the Tower March district and turns left. And then down near the end of the lane, he stops at a somewhat beautifully kept townhouse with flower planters in the front of it and everything. Not much room for a yard, but it's a rather compact little township. Specifically, he stops at this abode. Let's do another round of stealth checks just for the sake of it.
All right. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, Tim.
Well, it's not my fault.
And once again, it is your fault.
Well,
You shouldn't have gone the stealthing with the armor on.
I guess so. Yeah. I'm just gonna try to be really like super apparent that like something is wrong with my armor, and I'm just trying to get back home or something like that. Just try to convince him that I'm not actually following him.
He's
You know what?
plucking
He's
standing
work
in
to
the
our
street
advantage.
plucking a wedgie.
It may work to our advantage, though, if he confronts you and you tell him, "Oh, well, I was asked by a guard at the tower I was paid by a guard at the tower to follow you. Who? I don't know. He just told me to follow you and gave me some coin."
Never saw his face.
Yeah, it could work.
And that'll make him even more suspicious.
What armor were you wearing again, Timothy of
Me?
Swede?
Oh, Tim the Swede. Yeah, I'm currently wearing a
Banded mail.
yes.
Was there anything specific about your disguise, or are you just nondescript other person?
Yeah, basically. But I don't know how many other people really have that kind of armor. But that can be disguised, I suppose. But then how
many people walk around in armor?
True.
Okay,
Probably disguised as a
so,
nondescript guard.
all right,
Some
so,
hired hand.
Yeah.
Okay, he stops after seeing you. He turns around, starts walking into your direction. Or, I got the order of operations mess up there, but you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
He approaches and does the infamous Cabadon. For those of you who don't know, pins you against the wall, one hand on your shoulder. Yes. What are you following me around for, adventurer?
Good license for that following, mate.
I'm sorry. I was paid. Some other soldier at the inn gave me a few coins to follow you.
He takes a dagger from his belt and holds it up to your neck. Paid to do what?
Yes, just follow you. He seemed worried.
What'd the fucker look like?
Insert generic
Nondescript guard.
description.
Yeah.
Insert generic description of some well-dressed guard, possibly an officer.
Exactly.
Never saw his face.
Grave?
It's did you fucking fall asleep?
What was that? Sorry.
Did you fall asleep, mate?
I may have dozed off a little bit, yes.
You know, I think Cabal taught me to tell who's snoring by the sound of the snore, and I can tell Graves instantly.
There is a clip of it in, I believe it's history.
Yep. We finally got it. So sad that was the first snore of yours got lost in time, but this one we got. Anyway.
And for those of you that somehow are watching this and not connected to the ball, we are talking about discord.oozlu.net, which is Oozlu's Cabal Discord. Join it.
The finest collection of autism and cancer. And RPs.
So where were we? What's going on? I think Tim's following a guard.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got found out.
Yes, he got caught.
I fucked up my roll and got a 3.
Oh, I wasn't out for long then.
Yeah.
No,
you.
it was like just a minute. But you can't
began
start snoring right away.
napping immediately after talking about your cat.
No, that was Duck's cat, I think.
Yeah,
Duck's
that was.
cat. Okay. Yeah, so it may have been longer. It's pretty much as soon as you guys left the inn, he started napping.
Perfect.
Anyway,
All right, so this guard is sexually assaulting me. What's up?
Well, it's not the first time this week that you sexually assaulted another man.
Nope.
Anyway,
So does he buy it? Do I need to roll something for lying? Like my face off?
Yes, bluff.
Oh shit. Well, look at me just fucking fail this, my dudes.
Oh,
My God.
fucking called it.
Critical fail.
That's okay. You just tell him that what you were lying about was that you didn't know the identity of the guy. It's actually the captain that's sleeping with his wife.
Oh yes.
Hey, you can't transmit the correct answer to him.
I'm terribly sorry, but I'm just that's such an evil yet genius suggestion.
Okay, so he points up. Actually, let me see if he could succeed this roll.
Can
He
we
might
get
be
another
that
one here?
gullible. He might
Oh, yeah,
watch
can we get
CNN
another-
and think it's the straight and narrow, accurate news.
Oh, it's the gospel, don't you know?
Actually, I forgot there was no actual chance for someone to critically fail a skill roll. No, he just
Oh,
had
so
to have. He just had to have been born at least 2 days ago to figure this out.
Oh god. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I fucking
he
God.
redirects his blade and points it at the bottom of your chin. Who the fuck sent you?
Oh, it was
Ederly.
yeah, it was another captain of the guard. It was fuck, that was the wrong window. What the fuck was his name?
Ederly.
Ederly is the.
It was Hatterley.
He grabs your the pauldron of your armor and shakes you. Why would he do that?
He didn't tell you. Tell me. Something about keeping her safe.
What do you mean her safe?
I don't know. He just spoke that out very very weirdly. I must admit, but the coin was good.
Can I get a bluff check?
Oh god. Well, I was a little bit better at least. God, I gotta. How the fuck do I turn off the dice from actually rolling on the thing? Enable 3D dice. There we go. Oh god, I'm gonna
Wow,
Oh, yes.
you succeeded in lying, but you failed to make any connection.
Well, I want to make it vague.
All right, he
Why would he? Why would he tell some random fucking sellsword that he's banging the other captain's wife?
keep watch while I bang this guy's wife. It'll be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be kind of fucking hilarious, to be honest. But
It's just a prank, bro.
Now the question is he banging the other dude's wife right now or not?
well, the wife is. That is.
That would be a critical luck success as he just storms
Yeah.
off to go find his wife.
I mean that's the only question is she getting her back blown out right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna add this to the thing. Like, everybody knows that you're short-tempered, sir. Like, he just wanted me to like keep an eye on you.
He pretty much growls with his voice and pushes Ragnar aside, hopefully tossing him to the ground for just effect. There's no damage.
Oh,
or anything.
I'm just gonna fall over. Can I roll bluff for that?
Are you serious? I didn't ask you for a roll, and you want to. You're trying to fuck up.
Hey, there's okay. It's fun to succeed in this game, but there's this just so much more fun to fuck up really badly.
Roll the bluff die to play along with.
Oh yeah, I'm so overpowered by this absolutely alpha shad who pushed me over.
Actually,
Ugh.
first I probably should check to see if that is a bluff, and he could actually fail at pushing you over.
Yeah, I'm quite big, to be honest. Or my character is so.
What's your CMD again versus Trip?
My CMD is, let me see here, 23. So he passes.
Yeah, so the bluff roll doesn't matter. You actually were thrown on the ground.
Oof.
You felt
Yeet.
it tug on you, and you're like, "Yes, this is my time to shine. I can show Stalin what a great actor I am."
Exactly.
And then
I'm
you're
playing
knocked the
for the
fuck
crowd.
down.
Oh yeah, I'm just jumping into it as well. Perhaps knocking my head on a stone or something.
Oh, no, that'd be a critical fail.
Oh, alright, fine. Man, I'm so happy I got one at least. Ugh.
All right.
And he says, "Hey, get out of my sight. Never be seen in Terra March again."
I just run out of sight and then change appearance and then just peek around the corner.
You know, you're wearing the same armor, right?
Oh, I can't. Hey, there's a lot of such swords in town right now. Okay. So we can't actually change the appearance of the clothing.
You can have a veil of clothing over it because it's an illusion, but it's.
Mhm.
But you have to have some bulky fucking clothing to cover up armor.
I want to look like a really fat dude.
So you're gonna be Fat Wes.
Yes. Yes. Can I be that?
Okay, guys.
Oh, sure. 6 foot tall Fat Wes.
Oh hell yeah.
Anyway, he turns to the tailor. What was it? Nether needles. Now, do you know anything about this?
Oh, you're talking? Oh no,
Yeah, I'm talking.
sir. I'm just a simple delivery person. That's delivery elf.
Did you ever hear the name Zach Ederly?
I do not believe so. I try not to eavesdrop too terribly much outside of my master's chambers.
I'm afraid that doesn't answer my question. Did you hear the name Zach Ederly?
I heard something to Detterly at some point. Yes, I do not know what context it was for. It could have been Zach Ederly. It could have been any number of other things that have a similar cadence to their speech. The walls aren't that thin.
Let's see how good of a fabrication you make up, Corinne. Bluff check.
One of the most non-answers I think I've ever heard.
Damn, he's on fire.
Yeah, just no
Holy
trust.
fuck.
The good thing is, even if this fails, his suspicion just went way through the fucking roof.
All right.
I
So
might have done my job a little bit too well.
he then just grumbles and starts walking by, grabbing the elf by the arm, leading over to that townhouse.
Make sure to squeal excessively girlishly, as a true elf male would
Oh god.
at being accosted. Help, help, I'm being oppressed.
You're an elf, not a peasant.
Good sir, unhand me,
Yeah,
good
but-
sir.
Mm.
All right, he throws open the door to the house. Caitlin, I believe we have something for you.
Oh god.
Going downstairs of the two-story townhouse comes this beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman, a human woman at that, dressed in commoner's outfit, town clothes.
Does she look like she rapidly dressed and is flushed?
No, but she looks like she's
Engraved for more dirty euphemisms.
Mm.
Yeah, we have.
So she wasn't in the middle of getting bunker busted by the other guard.
Ah, dang it.
She asks questioningly, husband, who is this man that you're bringing in here? Do you want to say something, Corinne, or are you going to let that talk?
Yes, good madam. My name is Netherton Netherneedle. Or not Netherton Netherneedle. Netherton Needleton Barringtonshire. I was told to bring you a delivery that was ordered by someone as a replacement for a very special occasion. Ordered for my master. The tailor.
She looks somewhat confused. Is this a gift from someone?
Would it be a lie if I tell the truth after knowing I lied before? If it's like what he already suspects?
I gotta wrap my head around that one. So can you run that by me one more?
So basically, he already thinks I know who Ederly is, even though I'm like I don't. I said I don't, and I failed that check. So he thinks that I know who Ederly is. So if I just come out and say now what he's already thinking, oh yeah, Ederly told me to order this. It was a gift for you, and would that be a lie at that point in his mind?
It wouldn't be suspicious in his mind. It would check a lot of boxes.
I'm just wondering if that would be a bluff roll or something.
I mean, it's obviously a lie that Ederly sent you, so him succeeding on a sense motive would only confuse the man further.
I mean, I would argue that it would be easier to convince him of the lie, since he already kind of believes it.
I'll give you a +2 circumstance bonus to lie.
Let's do this. Let's just say, good madam, do you not remember ordering this for your special occasion? And just let him sense motive on her. Would that be a thing?
Oh.
Because she's gonna sit there and say that she doesn't remember it, which is true, but he could fail sense motive, and since he's already suspicious, I'm relying on his fail instead of my success.
Certainly, but there's more chance of that failing you.
Hmm. And fuck it, I'll just tell him the truth. Yeah, I was your gentleman caller ordered this. You don't. I believe this was supposed to be something of a surprise, which is why I was told to deliver it to you at work.
She then starts stammering, "Gentleman caller, what could you possibly mean? I mean, I didn't order anything. Please get out."
As you wish, madame. I'm just gonna set the fake package down outside the door as I leave. I'll just be setting this down here for you.
No. Mott stops you. He says, "Gentleman caller, you said you didn't know."
I said I did not know in Edderley. I did not say there was no man.
Who's the man that who talked with your master to send these things here?
I did not catch his name. He signed quite too quickly. However, he did look to be a man that was quite fit and of a high standing. He certainly foisted over a good bit of coin.
He looks at Nethers and says, "Well, aren't you going to ask for coin?"
He paid up front. Why do you think I'm delivering it and she's not picking it up?
You get the fuck out of here.
Yes, sir. And I will now scurry off.
Once you're out into the street, the door shuts behind, and you can hear shouting within the Mott household.
Have we just caused a domestic violence incident?
Yeah, but that's kind of
Not
what we were here to
yet.
do in the first place.
Oh.
Now we just need to have Ragnar disguise himself as Edderley, and I'll disguise myself as the dwarf, and we'll just get into a brawl in the street out front. But Ragnar will probably fuck up on his bluffs again, so we don't want to do that.
We can't I don't think the circlets allow us to disguise ourselves as specific people. If I read right.
Good question. Verd?
What was the question again?
Can we disguise ourselves as specific people with the circlets?
Well, let's consult the entry of disguise self.
If not, then we'll just go find Edderley and be like, dude, he's looking for you. Run, dude.
It says here you cannot change creature type. It doesn't specify, but I remember you couldn't be anyone specific.
So it's that you cannot become someone specific per se. So, but can we use the same disguise multiple times?
Yes.
But we can't become someone specific.
I can check off site if you want, but that's
Yeah, I'm just if we can't become someone specific, then how can we specifically become the same fake person multiple times? Oh well.
Okay, yes, you can disguise a specific person, but you're only disguising as their appearance, so you don't have their voice or nothing else.
Hmm.
I mean, if they're shorter than you by a foot or taller than you by a foot, you can't successfully impersonate them. Neither if they're a
Alright.
different creature type.
All right.
Okay, so check off marriage ruined on your list of goals achieved today.
Now we need
Yeah.
really what we need to do now. We just need to go find Ederly and just kill him, just straight up kill him, and be like, then let the suspicion fall where it will.
Or you can
Since we can disguise ourselves as specific people and we know what Mott looks like, I could disguise myself as Mott and go kill Ederly.
Could work too, I guess.
Or he might just do it for us.
Yes.
Yeah, we could just let him do it for us.
I mean, you could always figure out where he's at, walk by him, and have a conversation loudly enough to hear about the loud noises and violent sounds coming from the Mott's household.
Yeah. If I
Maybe
do,
we should hold off for a little bit. You see what actually happens.
if I had paper, I would just leave a nice little love note.
You are evil. I like it. Oof.
All right. So, what specifically are you going to do now that you've made this accomplishment?
Let's go look for Ederly. See what else we can.
I believe he is on shift right now.
So he's okay. So that won't work. Okay, well, you want to go harass some dwarves then?
Yes,
All
that
right.
sounds like fun.
How should we harass the dwarves in the middle of the day? It has to be something that's not overtly, like just pick someone off the street and chop their head off, shave them or something.
Can we make one of them go berserk, and then me and Doc can be disguised as guards and just
Do you
beat
have
them?
Do you have
Nah,
anything
we
to
don't have the
make?
fire ale.
All right.
We would have to do something like,
Well-
go find where their bare knuckle brawl champion is and challenge him to a fight and just beat the absolute living dog crap out of him, cheating using magic, and then say, "This is what you get, you runty people," for something.
Well,
Well-
they're probably all at work right now in the siege
tower?
stuff in the tower, right? Since it's the daytime.
The other
Still.
dwarves. It doesn't have to be those dwarves specifically.
Mm.
And besides, I don't think any of you are short enough to impersonate a dwarf.
Abner, I think he's
Yeah, I've done it
Abner
twice now,
is
so.
Yeah, Abner has impersonated a dwarf, but Ragnar and Drago can't impersonate dwarves.
What was your height, Corinne?
On this one, it's 5'8". He's a manlet.
So you were at least a tall dwarf.
Yeah, I mean, he can go as short as 4'8", so that's a dwarf. Tall dwarf, but a dwarf.
Who was that recent manlet that became a man?
Ellen Page, Elliot Page, L Page, LeBron Page, whatever fucking matters.
Yeah, Paige can be a dwarf.
Yeah.
Not a politics
Hell
straight.
yeah.
Drat.
Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, so...
But no, there's got to be somewhere where like the dwarven ne'er-do-wells on the docks that load ships or something are like gambling that we can go fuck with them.
Well, it seems that we have this map handy that just labels one area.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go over there towards the dwarven enclave by the river where the seedy shit goes on during the day.
Yeah.
Where
Okay,
all the crates get lost off of ships and stuff.
and you're trying to find the opportunity to get a dwarf out on his own and beat the living shit out of him, or...
Oh, we're just looking for something where we can pick a fight with a dwarf.
Hmm. Yeah.
Or do something Something to rouse enmity. Something we can cause trouble. Sneak in, paint Asmodeus signs on the door or something. I don't know.
All right, so you can.
I was hoping that Ragnar or Crom or Grave would come up with something.
Yeah, we can just go there and just check it out and see if we can find some opportunity to do mischievous stuff.
I'm just waiting for the evening because it's the middle of the day and everyone's at work.
Sorry, Grave.
You mean all the non-communists at work?
Well,
fair.
Well,
And give a sermon if that's what I need to do. I figured that, Drago and Ragnar would want to do something besides go in the woods and Brokeback Mountain.
I guess.
well,
they
I've
all
done
did it
something
last
now.
night.
I've done something now. I've failed.
Yeah, several times. In a
I was
successful
thinking
direction.
Drago could wait since Drago wasn't spotted. He could kind of wait around outside the Mott household and see what happens.
So do you want to do that?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll have Ragnar and Abner go off to the Enclave.
You can do that if that's what you want to do.
Sure.
Or we can hang around, just, or something.
We can poke around, see what happens. Opportunities
Change
present
disguise,
themselves.
knock on the door, say, I'm here for my 3 o'clock.
Hell yeah.
You think dwarves keep time?
Oh, that's racist.
Well, I'm as racist.
They're working
as
on short people time.
Yeah, sure. That's what I was about to
Ooh.
They're quite short on time these days. All right, so you.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you enter into the Dwarven Enclave. You see a bustle of craftsmen around the outer ring of homes and other stuff. They have outward-facing fronts and inward-facing fronts of these buildings around here. The inward-facing fronts are normally where they have suppliers running to and from other buildings, getting raw materials, moving them to certain craftsmen. A couple of the buildings in here are their own warehouses, and others are big clan-owned homes. You see, for example, going here today. Let's have perception checks from Abner and Tim.
Oof, more opportunity to fail.
And you both succeed.
Oof. There we go.
All right, so you.
Fucking damn.
rolled nat 20s.
Both of us. God damn.
Yep. You both see like a very hustle and bustle of an industrious dwarven society. And among the bustle, Abner can clearly see like a couple dwarves moving kegs out of a tavern. One of the kegs looks a little bit cracked, weak in some way. If you wanted to start a fight, you can easily just like break open the keg by removing one of the what is it? The iron bracings on them, or
Oops.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you can easily.
Circles.
Yeah, there's a pair of dwarves walking with a keg held each, but one of them has a weaker looking keg and can more easily be tampered with in their hands, and you can probably start a fight or something.
Well, what I can do, well, mostly transparent is not completely transparent. I don't know if that would work technically. So I could create an invisible wall and just have one of them walk into it and drop it.
Or not even a
That might
wall.
be
You could just
too
have
much.
something at foot level.
You could just accidentally walk into them.
Yeah, as a duo of humans, and you can start your race war that way.
Yeah, I'm just. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you down there. Also, we're talking kegs, like kegs of beer and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Okay, because first I thought you said cage.
No.
I was a little bit confused there for a second. All right.
I'll let you take the lead on this one. You can bump into him, and
Oh yeah. All right.
otherwise, I'm
Sure.
just going to sit here and start reciting "Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God" and how they need to stop drinking.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. All right. So I'm gonna accidentally just walk right into them, just pretending to be distracted by some really great passage that Abner is just citing.
Do you want to bluff for how accidentally it seems?
Oh, why not? These can't get any worse, right?
I mean, you're trying to start a fight, aren't you?
Oh, hell yeah. Well, that looks not too bad, perhaps. Perhaps that's acting, but whatever. Oof. So they completely buy this. That's nice.
Oh, just a mistake.
Oh yeah.
So you stand in the way, put
Hmm.
on the best performance of your life for the glory of the
Asmodeus and communism. Hell
Asmodeanism.
yeah. Basically the same thing.
You stand in his way, head up in the clouds. He walks into you because it was such an abrupt movement for him, and he's carrying a hefty object. Let's see. I think he's dropped abruptly, and the momentum pushes him back a bit. The weight of the keg shifting his arms causes it to fall behind him, and wouldn't you know it, the way it fell, one of the boards popped out, and brew is spilling everywhere. Uh,
Makes you, as it were, heavy as lead, and to rend downwards with great weight and pressure towards hell.
Indeed, uh, tis tis the way of sinners that spill God's divine beverage, huh?
Mm.
The wickedness is what made him fall. The booze. It's the booze.
Uh-huh. Anyway, he starts cursing. He's obviously just like someone that helps at the tavern nearby. He turns and starts cursing at Tim. Do you want to interact with how you respond to an angry midget
Yeah.
questioning why you're just standing there?
It's not for you to question why I'm standing where I'm standing, little man.
Remember, you rolled well on a bluff check, so you should be trying to prove your innocence.
Why? I'm by definition innocent.
Okay, you're going back to the fight starting thing. All right, that's good.
Yeah, isn't that what we're trying to do? Yeah.
You could
I'm gonna be just
backed
indignant
off and,
about this.
and
Yeah,
play
like
this
oh,
off.
no, we're trying to start a fight. We're trying to inside a race war. Come on.
All right,
So,
Not sure that's the best way to go about it, but
oh well, it's something. Let me see here. Yeah, you should. Dwarf should make sure. Dwarf, you should make sure to fucking dry my shoes or something like that.
why should I do
You
that?
can al-
Because you're standing in my way. The tavern lost the 5 gold keg.
It's not my fault that your eyes are so sunken in your skull that you didn't see me.
Why, you son of a... And the dwarf next to him, obviously carrying a load, sets
Mhm.
it down real gently. He's saying something about not wanting to start a fight because this man is armored. armored and visibly
God, it's like
armed.
great waters that are restrained for the present. Sorry, I'm just over preaching about the
Oh yeah.
sin, the sins of the people and how they must repent.
Yeah, Abner's preaching in the background.
hmm
Let's see, roll and intimidate and see if you can just incite the other one into violence or
Oh hell
something.
yeah. I was gonna intimidate
because his
Mhm.
friend seems to be trying to calm him down and stop the fight from occurring.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, know your place. Oh what the fuck?
You don't want to intimidate him in this case because you want him to fight you.
Well, no,
Unless you
no,
just want
it's two
to
different
UFO or something.
motives, or two different manipulations.
Mhm.
There's like no other check that could be made to coax someone into fighting or taunting.
Mm. Yeah, well, that seems to have fucking failed. For once, intimidation fails me.
Call him a filthy son of a capitalist, and he's like, "Well, yes, my father does make money. Thank you."
You dirty capitalist
And I
pig.
don't know if Tim has the vocal cords to replicate the squeaking, but yeah, I'm certain.
No, I will call him a bleep and a bleep capitalist.
Why you oughta? I really made money.
hmm
I work for a living. And let's say he throws a punch.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, why not?
Nice. Does anything happen?
I'm a type in here.
Oh, well. No,
And no, nothing
nothing
happens.
happens.
He punches metal and
Mhm.
he kind of
I'm
yelps
just
from that.
I'm just give him a knee to the face if possible.
All right, you could you definitely.
Basic media attack. What the fuck?
Well, you're fighting an unarmored dude, so yeah, you hit.
Nice. What's the
One d
damage roll for
three
that?
plus strength.
1d3 plus strength mod, I suppose, which is 5. Oof.
All right, so you do. Let me check an appropriate stat block real quick.
That's part of saying I can now claim self-defense.
Yeah, so immediately, metal knee to the head knocks him out in an instant.
Nice.
So he gets hit. There's a comedic bell ringing sound, and he falls flat on his back. Many of the dwarves
Mm.
nearby stop to see what's going on. The person that was aiding him and carrying kegs cursed to himself. He said,
Mhm.
"Make yourself scarce, Longshanks," before tending to his friend's forehead, which doesn't seem to be bleeding because you can't do lethal damage in
That's
armor.
bashing. Oh. Huh, alright. I mean, okay, fine. Yeah, no, I think I would be pretty happy with this. Corinne, Abner, might want to do some quick preaching, like, yeah, this is what you get.
The sovereign pleasure of God for the present stays his rough wind, otherwise it would come with fury, and your destruction would come like a whirlwind, and would be like the chaff of the summer threshing floor.
And one of the
Mm.
dwarves that are nearby that stopped what they were doing asks, "Are you that bastard that was preaching dwarf hate in the inn?"
Dwarf hate? How could the word of God possibly
Oof.
be towards any but the non-faithful?
Oof.
Are you implying that we are not faithful?
I simply preach the word of the Lord, my good child.
there begins to be growing like a rabble of annoyed dwarves. It's not many because some other people just tend to their day, so it's like 5 or 6 dwarves start coming up. None
And
of
for the
them are the
record, I
party
was just
involved.
preaching in general. I wasn't like egging Ragnar on. I was just like off in the distance, several paces away. And if he wants to jump in on that, then
Well, it's just a matter of timing.
he could perceive that I was commenting on it, but I wasn't like making it obvious.
Tactical distancing.
So what? Ragnar bravely runs away.
No, I'm just gonna,
Way.
you're gonna be like, it's just stand up extra straight and just like, yeah, that's right, and just walk off slowly.
That's right.
Exactly, that's right.
That's
Abner's
right.
There we go. Abner is a dwarf truther. I'd like to add.
Oh, we're all
I'm
going
not
to hell.
openly shit on the dwarves in the middle of the dwarven enclave. That would be a bit unwise. We're going to very tongue in cheek it.
Well, all right. Now I'm gonna go out of there and just change disguise to a fucking ASAP.
That you can do.
Nice. I feel like I've stirred enough shit for today.
And Corinne, are you disengaging from the trouble? Abner?
Corinne.
ASMR.
Corinne.
Yes?
Corinne. What do you do?
I'm just preaching. I'm going to preach.
You do have a little bit of a rabble forming because coincidental timing. And
It is true that judgment against your evil works has not been excused hitherto. The floods of God's vengeance have been withheld, but your guilt in the meantime is constantly increasing, and you are every day treasuring up more wrath. The waters are constantly rising and waxing more and more mighty, and there is nothing but the mere pleasure of God that holds the waters back, that are unwilling to be stopped and pressed hard to go forward.
let's see. I'm gonna have you roll diplomacy to check to see if your delivery infuriates the dwarves. Failing to get above 10 is going to be disadvantageous to your
Wouldn't this
bodily
intimidate
situation.
since I'm invoking the wrath of an angry God?
Yes, but it also infuriates.
I was wondering if it's
I'm-
intimidate, then I have a much better chance at risk of succeeding.
I mean, sure, if you think preaching to a crowd of BLM and with fire and brimstone stops them, I mean, if you can make that logical step, do go ahead and showcase it to me. Oh, sorry, DLM, Dwarf Lives Matter.
Oh, I'm gonna just quick. I'm just gonna make sure that I don't shimmy off until I can see that Abner is also being able to get out of there safely.
Safe call.
For the
Yeah.
record, I'm not trying to intimidate. I'm not trying to like piss them off. I'm just preaching in general to get them to repent. But they might perceive it that way, so I'm just going to roll it. Fuck it.
Oof.
And this is a very famous sermon. So if they want to perceive it as being something other than it is, then that's on them.
Okay, they're mad, but less mad, and some just huff angrily to themselves, then return to doing work because it's not much of a thing that they want to get into anymore. The crowd is thinned, and few are wanting to join the cause.
If God should only withdraw his hand from the floodgate, it would immediately fly open, and the fiery floods of the fierceness and wrath of God would rush forth with inconceivable fury and would come upon you with omnipotent power. And if your strength were 10,000 times greater than the strength of the stoutest, sturdiest devil in hell, it would be nothing to withstand or endure it.
Okay, the sermon could continue on for the next 5 minutes, and nothing would occur from the dwarven community. The sudden outburst of reactive violence is tentatively quelled unless something significant happens. If
Do
you-
any of them repent?
No.
Damn.
They
Repent,
work.
sinners.
All right, so walking away from the Dwarven Enclave, which I think you guys are going to be doing, correct?
Drago the Deplorable and Grave the Alchemist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what should I do?
Just go play.
Would you be one to interfere if Mott starts marching up to the tower?
So he's left the house.
Yes.
Okay, Drago is going to disguise himself as Mott and go into the house.
Whoa.
Okay.
Kind of what was it you said earlier, Greg? Bust that back. Inception.
You're about to go blow her back out?
Or back out Inception.
Yeah, he Drago is going to go in disguised as Mott and take his pleasures of the harlot, Caitlin.
Just thoroughly confuse her. Make sure you get her to praise Asmodeus in the role play it out. Pretend like
Also-
you cheated a bad girl. You need to be punished.
Also, don't speak because you can't fake his voice.
Yeah. If when Drago does speak, he just kind of growls really angrily and tries to disguise his voice as much as possible, but he avoids
since,
speaking.
This is not family friendly enough to do on YouTube. Just roll intimidate once.
Okay.
Roll intimidate because you're about to rape him.
Oh my god.
Rape. It's marital sex because he's Mott right
Oh.
now.
Wait, which Mott is it? Oh.
Well, I mean,
No, he's disguising
they're
himself as
both-
Caitlin to have sex with Caitlin. That'll work.
Yeah, that's not.
Maybe she's that much of a narcissist.
Goodness. Oh, God.
That's not significant. She runs out of the house.
God damn, that's it. Well, it's good
Maybe
to see
she-
that I'm not the only one.
Maybe she'll run to Emily and run to you faster than Mott does.
Either way, it'll make her sow more discord between them.
Okay.
So-
as things are, I'm gonna fast forward events to the evening when I assume Grave can leave the herbalist hut after he finishes working on what exactly?
Did I get any more arsenic at work today?
Do a
Stockpiling it.
Do a
Have you
craft
been a
alchemy
good
check.
boy?
All right. That should. There we go.
Okay, you
Oof.
definitely make some progress towards increasing the arsenic supplies.
All right. So the question is tonight, boys, or are we gonna get some mummified dwarfs infected, or are we gonna start? I think we infect them first before starting a brawl, because
Okay.
I
it
think-
transfers with injury.
Before you want to do anything at all, really, there's an interruption. There is a event going on in the town square, town triangle, or whatever the fuck we're gonna call it.
The town triangle.
Yes. It seemed in the evening when
They could only afford 3 sides. It's a poor town.
Okay, so In the
Uh,
evening, when who was it got off work? It was Ederly. Yes, Ederly got off his shift. He came into the town. Mott was waiting for him at the inn. He had a stack of love letters that he seemed to have procured from the tower itself. There's definitely a
But-
shouting match going on between them. Some of you arrive early in the shouting match. Some of you arrive later. Um, Mott throws the gauntlet down, and they begin engaging in a most civil duel.
I will shout from the back that Ederly's going to pound you harder than he pounded your wife.
Nice.
And as a result, the duel was rather quick. And despite Mott's fury and his better build, it appears after like crossing swords, clashing once, twice, couple near misses, it was Ederly that took Mott's head with a
Oh.
single stroke. After
Can I approach and ask him a question?
um,
Is this like
sure
a
you
crowd
can-
scene we're watching?
Sure, you can approach, but the crowd starts gasping in some horror because there's the two guard captains just started fighting in the town square. Trying
Not
to-
illegal. Was this? I mean, I assume this was a legal duel. Was the death not the legal part? Or was they a legal fight, but not not you're not supposed to first blood
Yeah.
chopped his head off or some shit?
Yes, chopping off heads is not not very well looked upon.
Never mind then. I was gonna see if I was try to get him to confess his sins, but if he's done basically screwed himself by killing someone in broad daylight or broad nightlight or whatever, then it's just a moot point.
It's evening light. You still got the sun up.
I just want to make sure he not walk away from this. If he's not, if he's fucked either way, then I'm fine.
All right. The crowd's commotion. The guards were already coming because of the town being in such an uproar. What guards do appear split the crowd. They look at Ederly with anger, seeing that his blade is bloodied with one of their captain's heads. Some of them have to be held back from charging at the man, but in the end, like a proper crowd of guards shows up and orderly takes him by the arm and leads him to the keep proper.
Try to incite a riot.
Well, I'm going. I mean, if I'm still in the back of the crowd, I want to move closer to the guards that seem like they need to be held back, and then start talking loudly with Corinne. Can you believe it? First he buggers the guy's wife, then he chops his head off. I mean, what kind of man really is that?
Bow of God's wrath is bent, and the arrow made ready on the string, and justice directs the bow to your heart, and strains at the bow, and it is nothing but the mere pleasure of God, and that of an angry God without any promise or obligation at all that keeps the arrow one moment from being made drunk with your blood.
Yeah. I don't think he was looking for God's pleasure, more just his own.
In the foreground of your background conversation, the crowd is parted. Some are turned away by what guards remained. Some other guards tend to Mott's body, quickly finding a cloak to cover him up with, and a satchel to carry his head away with. Apparently, trying to get his body in proper order for a proper burial.
Damn.
Yes.
I had an Asmodean symbol on him earlier. Damn it.
Ah.
Missed opportunities.
That's okay. That's okay. We can still work with this. I'd like to keep an eye on the body, see where they take it.
Well, you
If
can't
it
take it
remains.
too far. They're taking up the road to the keep.
So they're taking the body back to the keep itself.
Yes, they're not taking it immediately to a graveyard to bury.
Hmm.
You can suppose that the priests that work in the keep are going to tend to the body, and it's going to be some discussion over it, considering possibly a trial for Ederly.
Well,
So,
or start accusing Ederly of being an Asmodeus worshiper along with the wife, and
so here's the question: Is can I cast a spell stealthily? Is that a thing I can do?
depends on what your tradition is. I would think.
Depends on your tradition and some other factors. By default, no.
Damn.
Because even if you have no somatic or verbal effects, there's still colorations, magical signs, whatnot.
So this specific spell does not require verbal, semantic, or material components, and only requires touch.
It doesn't require the Jews to cast.
Nope, it
Semitic?
does not require the Jews to cast.
No Semitic
Yep.
resources, huh?
No Semitic pieces. But I mean, if I can't do that, I was going to cast reanimate on the corpse and just leave it there to win within reach of Ederly, the corpse, to attack him.
Yeah, that's not going to be inconspicuous at all.
Well, I mean, with just what it has, if I just, if as they drag it by, I happen to brush the corpse, that's a touch.
Yeah, but the guards aren't letting you near the body anyway, so.
I mean, that's why there was the ask. I mean, it'll last for 4 hours, so it can be 3 hours from now when it decides to attack.
Don't you have to be issuing verbal commands unless you have the specific? Let's not get into this.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so that event concluded. You can successfully check off item 5 on Squire Timian's help. Actually, I think I have the sole editing power, don't I?
Possibly. Squire Timian's help.
All right.
Yeah, I can't edit it.
Nice.
All right. So
with this, you've successfully taken out 2 of the captains in a single strike. And let me see if I got the... Yep. Though you don't have any body of Ederly yet, you can sufficiently suppose that he's going to be in prison for the time of... Well, he's at the very least going to be in prison for the time of murdering a fellow captain. So for this session, you've gained 3,200 experience and 4 VP. I don't know if I ever told you about what that is, but I'm just going to keep track of that myself.
What is I think that points towards the victory of the campaign at this point. But what's our total experience? Should we have right now?
12724.
How much? 15?
15 is the next level, yes.
Level up. Alright, that's what I need to know.
All right.
What do you say that was enough to level up?
No, it's not yet.
It was for me. I apparently didn't level up that last time. I was
Oh.
still on
what,
7,000 or something, so.
what were you?
Fair.
What were you still third level?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or 4th level.
Oh, so you're 5
Oh.
now?
Because
Fuck
I was,
no.
next level was 9,000 on mine.
Oh, I think you just forgot because I'm level 4 and my next is 15,000.
Yeah, so my
So, okay, never mind. So I'm still 4 then. I just did the wrong thing. Alright.
Mm.
I'm guessing you just didn't update it properly. Let me see. We can deal with this a bit later.
Alright, I was just making sure. Alright, I'm good.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So you have another 3,000 go for next level. And that'll come by real quickly.
Hmm.
All right. So the deed's
Yep.
done. Anything else you have planned for the night now that Grave is with you? Of course, Grave will have the question on his lips: "What the fuck happened?"
I don't even want to ask. I don't rightly want to know. I'm just happy that one of the guard captains killed the other. Now there's only 2 guard captains left.
Now we just need to go spend another couple of days in the woods.
Yeah, that one. There's one for a couple of days in the woods. Let's see. Did we find out when the one captain is taking his next group out on patrol?
No.
I don't think he came back. I think he's still out.
Yeah, I think
Well,
they're still out too.
You haven't figured out where he is. You just figured out that you figured out one of his usual campsites.
Okay, so that's one of his normal campsites. Got it. Other than that, let's
You just need to
see.
find him, kill his party, disguised as dwarves, of course, and then name him. He's crippled for life, but let him live, covered with markings of Asmodeus as a warning.
Hmm.
You know, the one problem in your master plan: only you can look like a dwarf.
Yeah, the rest of us are too tall.
Okay, well then you'll just have to find some way to help me wipe out his party surreptitiously, and I'll just torture him as an Asmodean dwarf.
We can just pretend to be under your sway or something like that.
Could do that too.
But
Could just
what I would
Under dwarven mind control.
so
Yeah,
how
exactly.
many dwarves are staying at the Lord Dalliance Inn?
The engineers are 10 in number, and the Barnabas is a single person, so 11 total.
All right, so for this evening, after they're all good and drunk and in bed, I
sex with Caitlin this evening while she's
What's
at work.
that?
Are you gonna try to have sex with Caitlin this evening while she's at work?
Well,
Mm.
actually,
Maybe
to that,
you're free
Drago
now.
Is she really
Drago
gonna
had a
be at
plan
work?
to disguise himself as an undead Captain Mott, brought back by
You
the
can't transfer.
presence of evil Asmodean.
You can't change creature type.
Oh,
Undead is
well,
another creature type.
I can't just make myself look like I have a big scar across. Make myself look like Mott, but with a big scar around my neck where
I mean, you always
the
can.
head was severed. What's that?
I mean, you always can. Is it that
think that's-
necessary to try to sleep with his wife?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, possibly. I don't know.
How much PTSD do you want to give this poor woman?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying
Yeah, I
to.
don't.
I'm trying
I
to.
don't think she's gonna be working tonight.
Oh, she'll be working once Drago gets a hold of her. Right. So, once the dwarves are asleep, I would like to summon the wisp and use a combination of the wisp's create ability and poltergeists to dose all 11 of the dwarves with um mummy skin powder.
Okay, all right.
So that is a DC of 18 for the mummy skin to see if they are infected.
Well, first, before that can be done, I need a stealth check.
From me or from the wisp?
Well, from whoever's moving down the halls, and I don't think is Wisp ethereal.
Wisp does not have to walk. It floats.
No. You don't get my meaning. Ethereal. Can he move through walls or doors?
No, but the poltergeists can.
Did he ask about the poltergeists?
So it's, I mean,
So Wisp is
it's-
creating things. And the poltergeist.
and then the
take it.
poltergeist is distributing it. Yes.
How can the um,
Telekinesis, it can move up to 75 pounds.
are you going to open the doors at all, or are you going to try to move the
I-
material through a door?
Oh, since it is powder, I'm assuming there is, like a gap under the door that it would be able to fit through, especially using telekinesis to move it as opposed to an actual hand.
I'm going to have every dose luck rolled to see if isn't spilled in a significant degree trying to go underneath the door. Because,
Fair.
Yeah.
All right. So, hold on. Let me do the
But first off,
stealth roll.
yeah, stealth roll.
Uh,
Second, I'm looking up a stat block here.
give me 1 second. I gotta reload. Roll 20. It's not actually showing me what I rolled.
You got a 15.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, that Wisp is really unlucky that this guy's around. Once more, out in the hallway, your will-o'-wisp's head is floating about. I'm pretty sure it could hear a human moving around downstairs, but doesn't mind because, it's downstairs. Creeping up the stairway as you're beginning to set up your operation for the night. A sighting of the will-o'-wisp is caught again, which immediately urges that man to rush downstairs.
It's just a human running, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to continue proceeding. Wisp will continue to distribute mummy skin powder to the dwarves.
All right. All right. Yeah, sure. Let's do it that way. Do you have a stat block for the poltergeist by chance, or?
Poltergeist is yes, it should be in the companion tab. It does. I did put it the full character sheet.
Okay, so how many spell points does Wisp have to make
Wisp
semi-permanent or
has
concentration duration poisons?
Wisp has 3 spell points for a total of a maximum of 12 doses, I believe.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, no, it's because mummy skin powder only has a gold cost of 25 gold pieces per dose. And create. Let's see, I pulled this up in the other piece.
Oh, my cursor
Create.
disappeared.
Yeah, it's in. Where's the damn table? So create has. It is. So I have 100 gold pieces to do per spell point of create of worth I can create. So it's I can create basically 4 doses of mummy skin powder per spell point, and I have 3 spell points, so that's a total of 12. But that's all of the spell points that Wisp has.
Okay, I can't really search this up well because my mouse pointer disappeared and I don't know how to toggle it back on really quick. Okay, sure, this is going to be a little difficult. Actually, give me one moment. Let me unplug my mouse and plug it back in and see if that works.
Okay.
Mhm.
Trying to infect all of the dwarves in here.
Oof.
Well, there's a luck roll involved, and I only get to try. I only have one extra try for 11 dwarves.
Alright, rejoice. My mouse is returned.
Nice.
Okay, so, yes, let me check.
Yeah, it's
Because
the
3
alchemical
sounds like too
creation
many.
3 spell points.
No, I said 3 doses sounds like too many. What caster level was your wisp again?
It's 3, so that's
No, your
total
wisp.
is
Your character's level is
225.
4. Your HD is 3, isn't it? Half Your HD for caster level?
No, it's it's
On the companion.
caster. We've. I swear we put this in here somewhere. Let's see. So that is magical companion talent. Where is it? Lingering companion, creature size, skillful companion.
Mage. Your companion
Mage.
gains poor base attack progression equal to half hit dice rounded down. The companion must use magical companion talent.
So
Considered
it's considered
mid-caster
a
gains.
mid-caster. So gains spell points equal to its hit dice plus casting ability modifier.
So it'd be that's for its
4.
caster pool, but where is magical companion? Let me look that up now.
Wait, so that's off. So I would actually have more spell points than 3.
And the bad news is that magical companion tells you that is considered possessed casting class feature with no casting tradition. Its charisma increases by half its hit dice minimum of +1. So because it's
Yep.
3, it's oh no, that's charisma increases. And a caster level equal to half its hit dice. So it has a caster level.
Okay,
of 1
so cast.
because it rounds down.
No, it has more hit dice than that. No, it has more hit dice than that. It's 4 hit die.
What's your caster level and
So that-
concentration?
So
What's your
points in conjure.
Because
Okay, so
if your level's 4, your companion has 3 hit dice.
okay, so all right, so levels 4, companions 3 hit dice, so spell points would be 4,
It'd be
and caster
3
level,
plus charisma.
yeah, which is 4 total.
Okay. And
So
its caster level is going to be half its hit dice, which is 1.5, and Pathfinder rounds down.
all right, so that would
It's
bring us
only
back
1
to
dose
4.
of poison per, so
All right, then that's 4 doses of poison. I guess we're doing.
radio. Roll 1d20 plus 1 4 times for the poltergeist dex bonus and see how it can, if it can get 4 of the doses underneath the door.
All right, so you wanted D20 plus 1.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
Okay, that's 1 failure.
That's even better.
Okay, that is spilling on the floor and dripping down to the next room. Okay, that one's success.
But I don't know how it would use. I don't know how it would use its dex bonus though, because it's incorporeal.
Well, that's the
So it would
only
just be using
modifier for
telekinesis.
telekinesis.
Okay. All right. Well, there's
And
There's
besides,
2 of
none
the
of your
dwarves
mental
are.
stats are any better.
Yep. Well, 2 of the dwarves are poisoned.
Did you give any specific commands to the poltergeist on any of the orders? Or are you going to have it target the lead engineer? Or just,
It's going to target the lead engineer and then just work its way down. So we have that. So once that is done, nice. Let's see. Yeah, once that's done, I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
bring him back.
only Barnabas is afflicted.
That's fine. That's quite all right. So when Barnabas wakes up, he's going to take 1d6 Constitution damage and 1d6 Charisma damage every day he wakes up.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, and his strength and no, sorry. Or he already
Yeah,
since he's susceptible, he goes down 1 Wisdom, 1 Dex.
Yep, 1 wisdom, 1 dex damage, and contracts mummy rot.
Yep. So there we go. And disease well, it's disease injury, so I'm assuming it moves from injury. So if he hurts anybody, they get mummy rot too.
Whoops. Have to edit this somehow. There we go. 12. Is it Wisdex? Okay. 9. All right.
All right, so I will unsummon the wisp for now because it doesn't need to stay. And I'm assuming that soon there's going to be a hurried person running back with the priest. That's interesting.
But every time he gets caught, you're dissuading another event from happening. Shame.
I wonder.
Anyway,
yeah.
that was done.
Anybody else got anything they would like to do?
Yeah, Drago does want to sneak out to further traumatize the widow Mott.
Oh my god.
Did you want to
That
do
is,
this while
You're very committed to this.
Did you want to do this?
We're supposed to be playing evil characters, so that's pretty
mean,
damn evil.
Did you want to do this
that-
while the wisp was carrying on this plot?
No, I'll. Well, what time of the night is the wisp doing this?
Just after the dwarves seem to be in bed.
Okay, so
So
Drago
early
will wait till later in the night, like maybe 3 in the morning or something, in the dead of night.
Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to deflect and give this event to you then. Drago, can you do a stealth check?
Okay.
Wouldn't it be funny if Drago is ambushed by a ghost now?
No, what's funny is he might actually get this event.
What event? Oh, what the fuck?
Oh,
Son of a fucking bitch. It's like the start of the campaign all over again.
Not for me. I've rolled shit on poisoning those dwarves.
No, I'm talking about the
Wow.
start of the event where someone apparently heard you clinking some your
Yeah.
locks.
They heard us thinking bad thoughts from 2 rooms away.
Let's see. Through walls and shit. I can't deny it nat 20, even though skill rolls don't get nat 20s. Fuck it. Alright, so, Drago, you head downstairs with your criminal delights in mind. Apparently, you're not satisfied by Ragnar's booty anymore.
I'm a real man, damn it. I will prove it.
He made me feel like a girl.
Oh, come back, Drago. I will make you feel like woman again.
No, I like girls, damn it.
And apparently, Drago, when you went downstairs, you could hear someone moving things about in the cellar. Do you want to investigate that?
Yes.
All right. So you're a barbarian self. You walk with less heavy of foot, going downstairs. In there, you see. I don't have a screen up for this, so I'm just gonna have to describe it. Let's see. All right. Yes. You see him moving some crates out of the way of a certain section of wall in the cellar.
Who is him?
You see this a heavy man. By the looks of it in the dark, because it's in the dark, you think this could be the innkeeper.
Okay, just a second. I think I have some kind of ability that grants me low light vision.
Well, you don't have a torch or anything. It's well, no. He has a lantern, so you're going to be able to see him like that.
So it is the innkeeper then?
Yeah, it's the figure of the innkeeper, definitely.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And so
Do you just want
he's
to watch him, or you want to confront him?
yeah, I just want to watch him and see what he's up to.
All right. You see him move around now that the crates are clear of the wall. He feels around into the stone, and you see one of his fingers compress into one of the a piece of the brickwork, and then you see the wall open up into a tunnel. He then bends down, picks up his lantern, and it goes into the tunnel.
Does the door close after him, or is it still open?
Stays open for right now.
Okay, can
How
I
long do you
follow
want to
him?
wait? Are you gonna follow him immediately?
I want to give like a little bit of distance, so he'd
Um,
like.
it give me a time in let's say seconds of how much distance you want to give him.
Maybe like 10 seconds.
Okay. All right. You follow him down. You follow soon after him. You see his lantern lighting up a winding tunnel ahead of you. It is some passage made of great detail and stonework, and it seems to go for a long way. Need another stealth check.
Okay.
Okay, you go unnoticed as you continue following him down the passageway. Uh, it seems to take a significant amount of time before he stops at a at a wall that seems to be a dead end. But he seems to be finding another button to compress on the wall to open it up. Can you do a survival check for me? Yeah, it's not going to be very helpful. Because you're thinking about where they could possibly be at this current moment. Yeah, so he clicks that button on the wall. The wall opens up, and inside is. Let me double check the map. Still checking the map. Yes, it seems to be a big stockpile of sorts. Inside a well-reinforced stone brick room. Many crates of rations and barrels of water, and even a case of wine shown on display here. There is a ladder that leads upwards. You don't know where it goes from your current location, but the innkeeper isn't going up that ladder. He seems to be more interested in that case of wine inside this vault. He has to lean down and pick it up and take it in its and his lantern. This is your time that you probably have to leave or to run. Or you confront him, who knows.
Is there's not any place that I could hide for him to walk past me again?
You can assume that he's going to be walking through that pathway that you're on.
Okay.
And that was mainly a pathway that shorter people could easily walk through, one at a time.
Okay.
Single file.
Okay. I will then head back down the passage ahead of him, back towards the cellar of the inn.
All right, and one more stealth check.
Oof.
You turn around and start sprinting. Well made as the halls are, every little scratch of leather on stone seems to echo. You can definitely hear the man that you left in your dust, startled by the sounds he heard behind him. But of course, you probably didn't stop to listen. But it doesn't seem like he's chasing after you at an expeditious rate. It seems like he's just stopped still, like he's trying to hide himself.
Okay.
All right, and you can easily make it out of the tunnel, having discovered a secret tunnel to somewhere.
Okay. And about how much time passed?
God, how many miles is it to? Let's say it was a good 15-minute travel, just walking, at the very least.
Okay. Okay, so what? It's probably like 3:30 in the morning now, or something.
Yes, pretty much. Do you still want to go and do your do not crime scene in the town? Or are you?
Yes,
Jesus
yes, he's
fucking
still going to
Christ.
go perform his wicked deeds on the widow Mott.
Um, Exiting the inn, there aren't many people walking around in the dark hour of 3 a.m., but there are guards walking around with lantern light, keeping on watch for any miscreants, considering that there was an event that happened just this day.
Okay, Drago's going to use the circlet to disguise himself in like black clothes, uh, and then he's going to try and slip into the shadows.
All right, well, I
Shake a
want a
stealth roll.
stealth check.
I promise I was only jogging.
Oof.
Did you bring your
Look,
jogging
I
hammer?
was out for a jog, and I was looking for some place to get some water from, and you know,
You
Wait,
got
her house
deeply
seemed like a good.
do you have your jogging great axe?
oof.
No, I did not bring my great axe with me. I
Bring the
just
chopper.
no, I did not bring the chopper. I have my daggers and my short sword.
Need more Daka.
Okay,
Daga.
you move over to Tower March, and you can see at that home you scouted out earlier in the week. There's a guard in front of that household.
There's a
Okay.
guard standing guard.
Yes, there is. There's a standing guard at the household.
I'm going to draw one of my daggers and try to sneak up on him.
Um, let's do a second stealth roll for that. This is just the time for stealth rolls,
Oof. Ooh.
and it proves you well so far. But I actually am going to roll perception for this one. Da, 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 pop. Ah,
Oof.
not close enough. All right, but anyway, when you enter into the lantern's light, there's not many avenues you could take because you're not a certain person of Arabic descent hopping along rooftops with a dagger mounted on your wrist. Bonus points for whoever gets that reference.
Assassin's Creed.
I think
Yep.
it's Assassin's Creed, though
Yeah,
not
it's
played the
too
games.
reference.
Heh.
It's too recent of a reference, I guess.
Yeah. I don't
Uh,
remember the name of the character though, but that's besides the point.
Which character?
Altair.
Altair. Yeah, Assassin's Creed. Anyway,
He's a man with no name. Anyhow, you're pretty much just rushing at a guard with a dagger. And are you wearing armor? Your horn armor?
Yes.
He yells, "Halt!" Raises his shield, then drops his lantern. Starts drawing his sword. When you're already very close by, are you just gonna rush him and start stabbing?
Okay, well, here's the thing. Like,
Because
I assumed there was a way for me to sneak up on him. I didn't know that, like, the whole area was flooded in lantern
Oh no!
light, and that it would be impossible to make a sneak attack on him.
Okay, let me describe it this way. Um, he's alone in a street that's about like not barely wide enough for like a wagon or a single wagon to travel through with no foot traffic. And he's standing in front of the outward-facing part of a one entrance household. There are two ways you could have approached the house, but they're both two different. They're both two sides of one road. If he's standing with his back to the house's door, there's not going to be much of a way that you can be unheard. You're going to have to confront him at some point. And once you enter into the light, you have no real cover to being seen by his gaze. So yes, you can catch him flat-footed here, which is what you're doing, but he's still going to be drawing his sword almost immediately after if you don't kill him now.
Okay. Well, I'll try to jam my knife into my dagger into his throat. Then.
All right.
So just roll with my dagger.
Yep.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, my dude. Fucking give that guard like you're gonna give it to that wife.
Jesus Christ, man.
Evil!
39.
Very
Yeah,
evil.
that's
39 points of piercing, only you're making the new hole for this one.
right. So his shield was down, his other hand was trying to draw his sword, and you come up and you Asian attack this man.
What?
He's in the streets of London, the gun-free streets.
Asian attack.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, he's a Swede.
Did he?
They don't call him Asians in Sweden, Stan.
Oh.
I
They
knew
call them
Sweden.
Swedes. Yeah, the new Swedes.
Oh, so did he just perform a peaceful attack? Attack of peace?
A knifing a piece, yes.
Oh, okay.
He just performed a knifing of peace as he was about to culturally enrich the late commander's wife.
Alright, so you can stab him in the throat. He easily goes down and starts bleeding to death. You can assume that there's no guard for the next 100 feet that will quickly find him. But the lantern does show that there's a body collapsed on the ground close by.
Okay, can I put out the lantern?
Yes, you can.
Okay. And then I'm going to very gently try the door to try and open it.
Okay. Let's see. Now that doesn't tell me much, does it?
Not really. Doesn't tell me much either.
Okay. Yes, you try it, and the door resists, but you think it's like a latch on the other side. So you can, but it seems to be a wooden latch if you look through it with what was left of the lantern light. So you can probably force it open. It's a pull door.
Okay. Could I take my dagger and slip it in the crack of the door and try to
Detonate that yeah, you can.
yeah,
Watch out, man. The buzzes are getting you.
sorry, I didn't hear.
Yes, you can.
Neither did we.
Okay. What should I roll to try that?
I don't think you roll much of anything. It's more of a mechanical thing, and I don't think you have many time constraints except for the sun rising in next hour half.
Okay. So he's able to move the latch.
Okay.
Okay, and so he's going to drag the first kind of push the door open a little more and peer inside. Does anybody seem to be awake in there?
Nobody awakens.
Okay. He's going to drag the body of the guard inside.
All right.
And then he's going to close the door and put the latch again, closed again.
All right.
And then he will disguise himself as Mott once again, and this time put also
with
add a
dramatic
scar
additions.
around his neck. Sorry, what's that?
With dramatic additions.
Yeah, with dramatic additions.
Oh god.
And then he will go upstairs to seek out the widow Mott.
All right. There's obviously someone in the bed upstairs.
Edardly.
No, he's in prison.
Escape just to give the bay one last good time.
Oof.
Okay, Drago, he will sneak quietly over to the bed.
Okay.
Should I roll stealth again?
No, but at this point, I will wonder where in the greater scheme of things you're going with this, because we will need to cut this short.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm just
because I don't think Susan will like that very much.
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Wasn't going to go the full way, but I'm just making sure it is in fact the widow in there before Drago does his evil deeds.
We are playing an evil campaign, but I fail to see how this helps Asmodeus in the long run.
I don't
Well,
see
you'll-
how extra
Yeah.
town guard dead. You go about your business.
Okay. So after giving her a fright and he rants things about Asmodeus, how her evil harlot ways brought brought him back for revenge as Asmodeus, as a servant of Asmodeus, and he after he's done with her,
Ah.
he goes symbol of Asmodeus into the dead guard.
Okay, so first for the interaction with Caitlin, roll bluff and intimidate, and are you trying to carve out a symbol of Asmodeus into the dead guard after doing this? Hello?
Fuck.
Duck.
Oh no, we lost Doc.
Asmodeus have taken him.
Greatest work yet.
Alright, but in the case that Duck doesn't come back, I'll explain that we're going to be ending the session here in about like 3 minutes.
Sorry, my headset cut out. I couldn't hear anything. I think the battery is dying.
Yeah, okay. We'll be ending here shortly anyway. But the order of operation is that you're going to intimidate the wife before going downstairs to carve a symbol of Asmodeus into the dead guard?
Actually, if I could retcon it, I'd like to carve the symbol of Asmodeus into the guard before I headed upstairs, and then I'll go upstairs and intimidate the wife.
All right, do a bluff and intimidate roll, and then try to flee.
Oof.
Uh, yeah, this is
Heal.
this isn't a time for healing.
No, that was because heal is right above intimidate, and I'm having to lean in an awkward position to get my wireless microphone to pick up
Okay,
anything.
she's definitely not certain that you're Franz Mott. Definitely because the voice is too Austrian for that.
I don't you believe I'm your husband? You wicked whore.
But as an Austrian, you can scare them with quasi German tones. And then I'm guessing you're gonna run off into the night.
Yes.
All right, and that is the end of the session because, goddamn, we love cliffhangers here, don't we?
So we've got one of the main dwarfs now has a chronic ailment that will very likely not be cured, and a culturally enriched wife with a dead guard captain.
And
Yes.
we also have one guard captain dead, the other one imprisoned. Very complete session and worth the 3,200 experience that was given.
Yes.
We just need Wes to get them to convince them to let me in to make him confess to being Asmodean.
Oh, God. You just reminded me that we're going to have a pretty much all Wes session where we have to go through Wes's side of the events for the day.
It would be great, though, if I could just torture the shit out of him and make him confess to it. That's
Well-
what made him do it. They're all Asmodeans.
Oh,
The
God.
dwarves made him do it.
We might have a problem, though, if he somehow convinces the guards to have the dwarves out of the room before the nightfall. Shit. Bootstrap paradox. Well, someone was definitely poisoned.
I would say I would say whether or not they were in or out of the room, I'm using an invisible spirit to blow mummy dust in the face of the main dwarf.
Okay, and anyway, stop that. Anyway, you also found a secret tunnel, which Drago is completely responsible for remembering. Anything else before we quit for the day?
Stalin did nothing wrong.
Who did nothing wrong?
Stalin.
Oh.
Of course, yes. He didn't have enough of his calming moments for this session.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, audience, for joining us today, and thank you, players, for showing up on time, even though I asked for like a 1 hour delay from my usual schedule.
Oh yeah.
You get what you get.
Sure.
You can't be picky.
Get what you fucking deserve.
And we deserve every bit of what comes to us after this after this schedule. Anyway, yes, thanks for joining us. If you're new to watching my videos and you haven't heard my sign off before, please join us at discord.oozloo.net. Join the Cabal, because Cabal is where all this RP stuff happened, and we're very thankful for it. And Cabal prevails. Anyone want to say goodbye before I stop streaming?